y'all.
Hey, Gallivanters.
Today we wanted to talk to you just a little bit about TSA Precheck and global entry and kind of the differences and the advantages of having them.
Obviously, some of you know, and some of you don't, but the TSA Precheck is for the U.S. security, and it just helps you get through the lines quicker. You don't have to take off your shoes. You don't have to take off your belt. You don't have to take out liquids or your laptop. It just makes the process a whole lot quicker.
Yes, and generally those lines are shorter.
Yes, generally.
That is something you have to pay for. I think it's $85.
$85 for 5 years.
For 5 years. Now, there is one important note. We've never had this happen, but there is a caveat on the TSA website that says even if you have PreCheck, you may not always get PreCheck on your boarding pass, and you may have to go through regular security. Not sure if it's just a randomized security check, but just know it's not guaranteed, but we've never had it not work.
Right.
So that is a caveat to that. The other option is global entry, and that's $100 for 5 years, but you get global entry and TSA PreCheck with that.
Right.
So with both of these, you get known traveler numbers, and that you clear a background check for global entry. You have to go through an interview process to get your known traveler number for that program.
Right. And they also do fingerprinting.
Yes, they do fingerprinting.
What global entry does is it allows you, not only do you get the TSA PreCheck, as Melinda said, but you also, when you're coming back from out of the country, it basically gives you a quicker line to go through, so you don't have to wait in the long line, the custom lines, to get back into the U.S. There's a specific line for you to go through, and with your known traveler number, and you can just basically go right through. It's a lot quicker.
So yes, it's a kiosk, and you go through it and you get a printout, and then as you're exiting, you show the customs officer the printout, and you're just able to walk on through. So I don't know if any of you guys have been on flights coming back to the U.S. that are completely full or landed at the same time as 3 other international flights. Those lines can be unbelievably long.
They are, and sometimes when you get off the flight, it's like, the charging of the bulls. Everybody's rushing just to get ahead of the customs line.
Yeah, and I mean, really, by the time you've landed, that's the last thing you want to do is have to stand in line for 2 hours.
Yeah, and then another note as far as global entry, you do have to already have a passport.
Yes.
So in order to get the global entry and to go through the interviewing and all that, you do have to have a passport.
Yes, and the interviews are done at different airports nationwide, so you'll have to check to see, what the closest airport is. In some cases, you can actually do global entry on return. So if you're traveling internationally, you maybe don't live near an interview location, you may be able, when you come back through, let's say you're landing in Boston or New York or even LA, they may have interview on entry, which that takes care of it, rather than you having to figure out how to get somewhere else to get it before your trip.
Right.
And the final note is there are some credit cards that pay for these services, either one or both services. And, if you have one of those cards, it's a free benefit, so why not use it? I mean, we love it. Having PreCheck, having global entry, coming back when COVID first hit, really, it saved us hours, y'all.
Yeah, we were literally standing in line. It probably maybe took us 15 minutes.
Maybe. Which is long. Which is a long time for global entry.
Right. And the other people, they had to be standing there for hours.
Yeah. It was a lifesaver during that time, because we were actually coming back and then trying to make a connection back home. So just, if you guys want to check into it, we'll post some links below to TSA and the different programs. Read up on them, but it's something we highly recommend anybody who travels frequently, at least even if it's domestic, to at least get the PreCheck.
Right, because it is a time saver.
So we hope that helps. And if you got any value out of this video, please give us a thumbs up.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
And don't forget to ring the bell.
Dingy dong.
Thanks, guys.
And just remember, live your best life.
Bye, y'all.
See ya.
Yeah, there's just a kiosk there in that line that you go through and scan, and you show the little guy the printout and I say the little guy.
The little guy.
All right.